What is the best lesson that you have learned in your life?
The best lesson that I have learned in my life.
The best, the baddest, the biggest.
Well, you had just told me that life goes in phases, right?
I did tell you that, yes.
And I agree with you. And I would say right now, it's probably don't take people at face value. I think a lot of people talk a lot, and there's a little bit of walking. And I think it's something that we always learn as kids, right? Don't talk the talk, walk the walk. And there's so many talkers, bro. There's just so many talkers, and it's extremely frustrating, I think, when you grow up with a moral compass and you grow up with certain principles in your life, and you get older and you realize that those moral principles aren't subject to everybody. They're only subject to a few people that genuinely have a good moral compass. And the crazier part is it's not even the fault of other people's if they don't have a good moral compass, because in their heart, they're doing what's right. Nobody's going around thinking, oh, I'm going to go fuck this person over because that's the good thing to do. They just do it because they're like, oh, I need help, or this is what I think is best for me, maybe my family, maybe my coworkers, whatever. And that's really the bad part, because there is like objective good and bad. But a lot of people are raised, or maybe lack of being raised, with poor moral objectives.
So say you've got a guy.
Yeah.
He's like extremely well-spoken.
Yeah.
He's like hilarious. He's 24. Comes from Pakistan.
Yeah, no.
Good-looking guy.
I thought you were gonna say me.
So not you don't look at this guy. You don't take him at face value. You gotta dig deeper.
100%.
Do you think this assessment comes from a place of hurt?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think.
If you had to count on your hands how many people have hurt you in your life, what would the number be?
I don't have enough fingers, man.
Really?
Honestly, dude.
No, seriously.
100%. I'm gonna tell you. I've told you this before. Growing up, I've always grown up as a very naive kid, right?
Yeah.
I listen to what adults say, and adults typically will give you good advice, right? Everybody tells you, don't talk the talk, walk the walk. And I think being a naive person, growing up, you take everything very seriously. You take every piece of advice like the truth, and I've always done that. Maybe it wasn't a good thing. Maybe it wasn't a bad thing. I don't know if it was good or bad, but I grew up with like more things that are morally objectively right, and I've tried I'm not perfect, but I've tried to keep myself at a standard, and I think there's certain things that you have to do as a man. I think as a man you have to keep your word. I think as a man you shouldn't be afraid to disappoint somebody because you're keeping your word. I think you should be able to, as a man, confront somebody with your own words rather than cowering down and not being able to communicate well. And I think growing up, you realize that there aren't many people that have the same values that maybe they were taught when they were younger. Because everybody learns the same things when you're younger, right? Never give up. Don't just talk. You got to walk, right? I think everybody gets these lessons when they're a kid, but then how many people are actually listening to them? How many people are actually acting on them? And that's what I mean by don't take people as face value, because even adults, right? Like I've had adults in my life that tell me these lessons, whether now as a kid, maybe it's people that are just customers because they think I'm young, so they give me advice all the time. It happens. And you continue to talk to them, you continue to listen to their stories, you continue to see how they move, and you realize that it's all a facade. It's all perspective is everything, pretty much. Perspective is the optical.
How many people do you think actually actively listen to others?
Actively listen to others?
Yeah, because I think there's a difference between listening.
Or
no, just listening and active listening.
I don't think a lot of people actively listen.
That's why, like what you were saying, growing up, you hear all these things like don't tell a lie, be kind, be nice. But how much of that is actually registering in your head? you listen, you hear these things, but I don't know if people understand the depth of the lessons we learn as kids.
I don't think kids understand weight behind words.
Yeah.
And words are maybe one of the most important things.
Like, as somebody whose prefrontal cortex is still not developed.
Yeah, it will be in a few days.
It will be in a few days.
Yeah.
I'm maximizing this next week. Any mistake I make, it's because of my prefrontal cortex. I'm blaming it on the chemistry and the neurology of my brain. But yeah, I think one of the factors is obviously kids are not psychologically mature enough to realize it. But
everybody grows up though, right?
Everybody grows up. So when does it start to hit you that, oh shit, like, remember when I learned in 5th grade to not steal? That was actually
But you want to know something about that?
What?
What's funny? Because I think, in my opinion, everybody realizes the fuck ups that they've had and that they just didn't listen to the good advice when they were young, right? But where the crazy thing is, a lot of people will never admit that they've realized their fuck ups because they realize how much time has been wasted in their life. And so if they go ahead and acknowledge that, that means the 10 years, 15 years that they were the way they were, they have to acknowledge that they were wrong. And people don't like being wrong.
Yeah, people don't like being wrong. But do people like fixing their mistakes so that they can be right?
I don't think most people do. I think most people have a high ego. In my experience, right? I mean, I haven't dealt with 7 billion people, but
yeah, I think
you also got to think too, how many people are truly happy, right?
Yeah. No, we've talked about that, and I don't know if people who have high egos. Do you think people who have high egos, are they internally egotistical? Like, say, like you said, it goes back to face value, right? Let's say you meet somebody who, like, 50-year-old adult, successful businessman, you know, he has a high ego on outside, but internally, do you think we carry ourselves with the same amount of confidence as we do externally? I don't think that's the case. Like, I think the most egotistical people might be the most insecure.
100%.
Because they're overcompensating.
That's a better point. Yeah, for sure.
They're overcompensating.
For sure.
Why are they so loud and, like, you know, egotistical and boastful? Because internally they feel like they haven't done enough.
Yes.
So if you're secure with yourself, I don't think you'll be that egotistical.
I think the most secure people, they don't need to brag. Like, doing the thing is actually enough, right? You don't need everybody in your family and all your friends and your friends' friends to know all
everything.
And that's something, dude. Like, I know we post videos like this. Like, we have the podcast and we have I have my Pallet Dudes account and stuff like that. But for certain, there's a lot of things that I don't like to be public, right?
Yeah.
I don't want my personal stuff. And I think you're probably more than that than me.
Yeah.
You don't want certain things to be public. Like, you don't want people to know certain things about you or the world. It's an eerie feeling. It's a weird feeling, right?
I just want people to know my legal name. That's it.
That's it. I just want people to know enough so I can make money. How about that?
Isn't that most people, though?
They want people to know enough.
No, if you think about the world, we only know stuff about people that helps them make money. If you really think about it. Like, when somebody goes to a job, they are only doing the things that make them money. They're not showing you their crazy side. Maybe after hours. I mean,
you've had one corporate job?
1, 2 corporate jobs. 2
remote?
Yeah.
In my experience, I don't know how it was remote. Do you feel like you had a relationship with them or not really?
Not really. I mean, I worked in person as well. It's definitely better.
In
you
person?
get to know people better.
I think my point is, when you're in person talking to people, they're a lot more vulnerable. Like, if they're having a bad day, if they're having a bad day, you're spending 8 hours with them every single day or whenever you see them, right? Even if it's hybrid, they're at home, they're by themselves and neglected.
That's a good point.
And so when they get to somebody that will listen to them, because of course they're your friend, your coworker, you're going to listen. They're going to be vulnerable. They're going to tell you things that maybe wouldn't fly if you didn't have a relationship with them, right? So, yeah.
I think that's a good point. Yeah. Remote work definitely discourages that. I honestly think most remote jobs should be hybrid. Like, I don't think there should be a remote job. Obviously, in some instances it makes sense,
If you're
but
in the middle of nowhere.
yeah, it makes sense. I mean, I guess it does definitely help people that live in the middle of nowhere with no. That's actually I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Actually, think about how many people this has benefited that live in the middle of nowhere with access to
Exactly.
nothing.
Telehealth too.
Yeah,
That's been huge. I'm dealing with something right now. It's pretty stressful, but telehealth is
What are you dealing with? Oh, some personal health issue?
No, just with the business broker stuff.
Oh,
Nothing ridiculous, right? But they were just explaining to me how telehealth has been the huge move after COVID, right? With COVID,
telehealth means
you know
like,
what telehealth is
like therapy online.
not necessarily.
Doctors, nurse
That's what they were
practitioners.
explaining to me. So it's more than even just like therapy. It's more than even diagnosis. People are doing like in-home sleep tests, right? You don't need to go to a facility for an actual physician to monitor you anymore. You can do it at home, record it, and then send it back. But there's been some recoil, even though private equity is actually going further into this industry. There's been a lot of recoil that there's not effectiveness in doing this telehealth stuff at home. But where the positive is if you're in the middle of Alabama and you're not near a big city, you still need resources, or else you're gonna die without knowing what's wrong with you. So telehealth has definitely helped that. So remote telehealth, yeah, it's definitely been better.
Do you think we should take telehealth at its face value?
No. That's one of the problems with this, that there's a lot of recoil amongst like the medical community.
Yeah. Have you ever done online therapy?
One time.
You did online
Yeah, I
therapy.
told you one time, yeah.
No, I thought that was in person.
No, I did 2 in person. Sorry, I had 1 in person, 1 online.
Was that the time they told you were a genius?
Yep.
The in person.
I got you, bro.
That was a lie.
That was a lie.
Episode? What episode was that?
That was like 4 episodes
you
ago.
got me. Like,
Yeah.
apparently I get pranked a lot. Not just online, but in person.
In person, too.
I'm just the guy who gets pranked. I'm just the guy who falls for it every single time because I'm just a good human being.
Gullible human being.
Why do you think, though? Were you always this way? Like, not trusting people at face value? Like, is this something you've developed over the course of your 20s? Were you always trustworthy? Like, did you have an easy time trusting somebody earlier in your teenage years than you do now?
It was a lot easier, I think, before.
Really?
I think
So
it
it's
was a lot
getting harder
easier.
now.
I think it's harder now, yeah. I don't think I've always been like the most accepting person. I think I've always just, my personality is a little bit like disruptive, like ask questions type of thing. But definitely, I think I trust less people now than I trust people.
I was gonna also ask you, so at the beginning you said face value, but does that only pertain to people or things as well?
Define things.
Things like things that happen in the world, events.
Oh, events. See, I thought you were saying like
stories,
physical product.
No, that could be too. Yeah, like if you get a pallet, yeah, that maybe
That
it started with
happens.
pallet. Yeah, exactly. You
It
trust it, you're like
happens.
wow, and then you open it and you're
It's
like,
definitely not starting with pallet flipping.
no,
No.
it started before.
Yeah, I think so.
Interesting.
I think this.
What was the pinnacle point? Did you have like a point in your life where you're like, oh shit, chocolates are not really
I
chocolates?
think after, in terms of the world, like just my, because there's always been like family, friends, things that you're like, like people suck kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I think after my commercial real estate thing, where my senior broker was like my buddy, and then all of a sudden he let me go, like out of nowhere. I think that told me how the world really works, and that made me less green. I think I was, because they would tell me I'm really green, like the way I talk, and that for sure made me less green. Another thing I realized is with him, he made a lot of money, right? But he didn't know a whole lot of information, and so what that told me is a lot of people also in this world talk a big talk,
Yeah,
right?
but they can make money from it too.
But they can make money from
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, bro, money will come. As long as you put the hours in, money will come.
Yeah.
So it's like, would I rather just talk the talk and make money, or would I rather make the money because I have information?
Yes.
Right? Does that make sense?
No, yeah, that's something I've noticed too, bro. Is interacting with more people, hearing them out, hearing their stories.
Yeah.
A lot of people are really good talkers.
Yeah.
And they have managed a way to monetize that ability, to climb the corporate ladder, to get better opportunities. Honestly, I think a lot of life boils down to how good are you communicating how you're feeling and what you think of a situation or a person.
Yes.
That is a lot of life. I've always noticed this. People who are really good at talking always have the most amount of power. Whether it's in team environments, whether it's corporation, whether it's like, just life, like in family, like whether it's friend groups, whoever is the best communicator always gets the most power, the final word, if you will. It's a sad thing that I've noticed.
It is sad. I don't think it always works out though.
No, but
I've seen some good talkers, just like personally, not necessarily business wise, but good talkers who get their way for a while, but God always catches up, right?
That's a good point. Yeah, like how long can that facade last?
Yeah.
Because some people are just pretending. They're not good.
Yeah.
They're actually not good at what they do.
Yeah. It's crazy, dude.
It's actually like shocking to me.
It's insane.
I'm like, you're actually a fraud, and you managed a way
it's ridiculous,
to keep up this whole act, and it's like it's fascinating, but it's also like disturbing because
bro,
it takes a high amount of ego. What is it? What's the word? It takes a very high level of
EQ.
No,
or what are you trying to say?
Like
to understand what?
What's like the narcissism? Yes,
narcissism.
Okay.
I
think you have to be a narcissist to keep up the facade.
Because you have to actually believe it.
The thing is, though, bro, sometimes people are delusional in a good way. Like they just believe in themselves.
Yeah.
They're not there yet, but they carry themselves like that.
They're delusional in a good way because they don't put others at their expense.
Define that. They don't put others.
People that are delusional in a bad way, they believe that they're greater than other people, so other people don't matter. They're a means to their end, right? But you take guys like Adam Sandler, very delusional to make it where he's at, but he doesn't put others for his expense, right? He takes them and brings them up with him.
So there's Adam Sanders of the world, and there's Kanye Wests of the world.
Yeah.
It's just... I mean, at the beginning, I think he was definitely delusional in a good way, but then
he's just a narcissist.
He has a God complex. Yeah. It's sad.
Yeah.
That is... Well, my mom was telling me this today. She was like... We were talking about like sports and like egos and stuff.
Yeah.
And she was like, when you start winning and like getting exceptionally better at cricket, like I'll see how much of an ego you have. Or like, it's like she's like... Because from my point of view, like I'm not like winning at everything in life. So... It's very easy to not be egotistical. But she says it's really hard when you are winning at everything and you're just succeeding in every area of your life. So it's easier said than done.
True.
Like when success really comes to you, when the money comes, when the fame comes, when the power comes, very few people can actually resist the urge to not be egotistical.
That's right.
Which is scary.
Yeah.
Because that means...
It's terrifying.
Because that means the overwhelming majority of people who are good at what they do are egotistical.
Good at what they do.
Good. I mean, like exceptional. Yeah. Sorry, exceptional. Not just good. They're exceptional.
But okay, I agree. You need a little ego in you, right? But I think like
ego is good, but not too much. Like you said, if it's at the expense of other people, like you mean I am better than this person because I'm just him.
Right.
You could do that in a competitive way. Like, I play better basketball than you, but am I a better person than you because of that?
It doesn't really matter.
No.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Then you take people, you can compare people like Steve Jobs and then Trump.
Yeah.
Right. I think Steve Jobs was actually a genius, right? I think he's extremely narcissistic and egotistical, but there was actual information in his head, right? Versus like a Trump.
How dare you say that our president is not a genius?
It's not a genius? I don't know.
How's he not a genius? He's a genius of something.
He's probably like one of the most athletic guys too, like he said.
I kept thinking of Trump though this entire time. Speaking of people who talk the talk, he's exceptional at that. Like we have just let it. Like remember Josh? He was here, the comedian.
Yeah.
and he was making this point, like, we let Trump get away with everything. And I was thinking about this. Like, he can say whatever he wants.
He has said anything.
He has said
Pretty
anything.
much,
yeah, he doesn't care. He has
Except that he's on the Epstein list. He hasn't said that yet.
Yeah. He's never going to say that. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
he's unapologetically himself. But the stuff that he says is stupid.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of the times. But we've just accepted him for who he is because I think it's because of his confidence. The way he says it. Like, he's not self-deprecate.
Yeah.
He doesn't self-deprecate. He's not like...
He never self-deprecates.
Not rarely. He does it in a way that makes him look even better, bigger, you know? Like, he says...
Tell me an example where he's self-deprecated himself.
No, but he self-deprecates in a way where it actually makes him look better.
Oh, give me an
example. Because he'll be
example.
like, well, I could have gone after a lot of them, but I only decided to go after a few of them because I'm a nice guy or something like that. He'll
Yeah.
say it. He's
Okay.
self-deprecating
Oh,
in
I
a
see.
way.
Uh-huh.
He's like, I could have done a lot more, but he's like, you
Oh,
know.
gotcha. But it wasn't worth it enough.
Yeah, like he tries to make him the better person.
He reframes it really well.
He reframes things, yeah. But I think it's because of his confidence. I think that's what comedy, like anything, I don't know, I guess the best lesson I've learned in life, bro, is confidence.
Confidence.
You'll only be so good at something as long as you're confident that you yourself can actually do it. Because people can see that.
Yeah.
People can see if you really believe you have what it takes.
100%. Yeah.
Because when I do comedy, bro, I can see the comedians that don't really want it bad enough and they don't believe they're funny. I can see the fear in their eyes.
Yeah, good point. You can.
You can see it, and
Yeah.
then people don't laugh because we're seeing that too. It's an intuitive thing. Dave Chappelle
Yeah.
is not the funniest comedian. He's not. Okay. But for many people, he is the GOAT.
Right.
And I was thinking, well, why is he the GOAT? Because for me, yeah, he's on the list.
Yeah.
He's on the list, bro, because he's confident. He will embrace the silence. He doesn't need to be hearing laughter every 10 seconds. He doesn't operate on the basis of like jokes every minute, bro.
Right, he doesn't, yeah.
He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
It's confidence. Like you could go to a Mark Norman show and laugh more times than you went to a Dave Chappelle show because Mark Norman is a one-liner. He's a joke. He's a setup, premise, punchline type of guy.
Gotcha.
But is Mark Norman, does he have the confidence that Dave Chappelle does? Absolutely not.
Right.
And you could, like Chris Rock, same thing. They're all confident people. All the greats.
But they believe it.
They believe in themselves,
Yeah.
and you can see that.
Yeah.
But somebody can have it and not believe, bro. That's what I'm saying. You know?
People can be confident and not believe
No.
themselves.
People can have the skill and not be confident, like imposter syndrome.
100%. Yeah. For sure. Happens a lot.
It happens to me every day.
I think that's a big part of why people don't succeed, though.
Yeah.
Because maybe they have it in them, but they like you said, imposter syndrome. I'm not good enough to be in this room.
But I think a lot of people are searching for external validation.
You don't need that. Yeah.
The key is, bro, it's all internal. That's what I'm realizing.
Yeah.
You know when you're really good at something.
Mm-hmm.
You'll know. You're like, oh, like this just happened. It's like a thing it's like The Alchemist, bro. It's like the feeling you get. It's like it's indescribable. It's like alchemy.
How do you go from external to internal? If you're a person, I think most people search externally, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you flip that switch?
I think the way to do it is work at something and work so exceptionally hard and smarter that you see the progress. The only way you can get internal validation is by seeing tangible progress. For example, I keep giving cricket as an example, but if you're like fast bowling and you start out with a benchmark, okay, my first time I bowled, I measured my speed 55 miles an hour. I do it a year later, I'm 75 or 80. I can see the improvement. So I don't care if the guy says I'm a terrible bowler. I just saw the improvement. I have tangible results.
Right.
If I got a 150 on the outside my first time and then I get a 175, that's improvement.
Yeah.
If I made $1 in 2019 and then I made $100,000 in 2025, that's improvement.
Yeah.
Nobody can tell me that you did worse because
Right.
I don't care. Like I see that I have it tangible, physical. It's like mathematical. So I think you need to track your progress. And I think a lot of it does come down to numbers, but sometimes it's also a feeling. Because artistically, right? Like when you do comedy, what is the best judge? It's the amount of laughter you're receiving in your head, you know?
Right. No, I get what you're saying. It's quantitative.
I do think a lot of success or internal validation is quantitative.
I want to give you an example, though, because I agree with what you're saying, but I will say I watch a lot of UFC, and I was watching a post-fight interview, and the fighter says, the reporter asks, "How did you feel going into this fight?" And he said, "If any fighter tells you they're not afraid going into that fight, they're a fucking liar." Right? These are maybe the most confident guys in the world. You're going into a ring where people have died, right? You're going into a ring knowing you're going to come back physically injured, and you're saying that you're afraid of that. And that's maybe the one thing you can't be afraid of, right? Because you let that fear get to you. So point is, I don't know if the fear or if the doubt ever goes away.
Interesting. I think the UFC is a unique example, though, bro.
I think it's the most extreme example.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe was talking about this. He got emotional. He was like, because he was started crying because he was like, understandable, because he said he's had friends that are really close to him, but the moment they step into the ring, they hug their trainers, their circle that they walk in with, because it's like, pray. I might not be the same person I am after this fight.
Yeah.
So it's a goodbye of sorts. So how can a person not be afraid in that moment? I would be, any normal person. But these are fighters,
but that's
who are
the moment
trained to kill.
Like, you shouldn't be afraid. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I don't know, bro. UFC's an extreme example. Like, I agree with that fighter. I don't think how anybody cannot be scared. But I guess with experience, right? Like, if you've done it enough times, I think you lose that fear factor.
I think maybe become immune.
The closest thing I can tell you is stand-up UFC. Closest thing is when I get on stage, I murder these jokes.
You've done a lot of in-person speeches, right? A lot at this point.
Yeah, bro.
Do you get butterflies still?
But let me tell you something. This is a great question. I was talking to somebody about this. It took me a decade to get over stage fright.
But do you still have butterflies?
Not it's gotten lower.
But you still do.
Of course, I still get nervous.
That's the point. You've done this for over 10 years. You've done this for
like public speaking. Yeah.
You've done this for a while.
Yeah, it was since I was a kid. But but comedy though, I the first time I went on stage, I was shaking, like physically shaking. The first 20 times I was on stage, I was shaking. The first 50 times, but the last year I don't get nervous as much. Like in the beginning, I do. But when I'm on stage, I feel comfortable. I'm there. But there's still nerves attached.
There's still nerves.
But I do think they can eventually go away if you do it enough times. You'll still, in the beginning, bro, you'll still feel nervous. But once you get in the groove of things, you're like, it's alchemy. It's like, I know how to do this. Yeah, that's how I feel, at least.
I think if you can get to, I'm going to say Kevin Hart, and I'm going to say like The Rock as an example.
Yeah.
Because these are people that are accepted in every facet of anything, right? Like they're business guys, they're comedians, they're actors.
Kevin Hart is for sure,
right?
Yeah.
That's a different thing, I think, because he's accomplished it in almost every sector of making money, of pretty much anything, right? Like of life in general. And so when you go in front of him, it's like, I've literally done anything. Literally done everything, sorry. Versus if you get really exceptional at just one thing, you can still feel insecure. Oh, freaking guy.
Yeah, just drop the ball.
You can still feel insecure because other things of your life aren't going well. I'll give you an example. With me at least. There's my business may be going well, right? Doing well. But then there's other facets of my life, for example, maybe family, where I get nerves, like more of my nerves come from family stuff rather than business stuff.
Really?
Yes. And that may translate to my business.
Wait, family conflict?
Family conflict gives me more nerves, yeah.
Then, okay, interesting.
Yeah. And so my point is, that family stuff maybe has nothing to do with my business, but those nerves will inherently go be linear, right? It'll go across.
It has, it cross.
Yes,
pollinates.
There you go. And so that's what I'm trying to say. Like if everything in your life, like Kevin Hart, on the outside, right? Like I just said, you can't take everything as face value, but I'm trying to find like the guy that's a pinnacle of pretty much anything. Like him.
Yeah.
You have it made in everything. There's nowhere to look where there's insecurity. Versus guys like us maybe, where one thing that we're doing is going well, but all these other things are prone to insecurity.
Don't you think Kevin Hart's personal life is also?
No,
Yeah.
you're right.
No, I see what you
yeah,
mean.
Yeah, I'm just
though.
trying to find somebody that
Yeah.
obviously has a lot less insecurity than us.
Are you trying to say that confidence is just a byproduct of success? Like if you're that successful, it's not really possible to be an insecure guy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like when you sell out of Madison Square Garden multiple times.
Yeah.
When you, as a comedian, make millions of dollars selling Fabletics. That's what he does, right? Kevin Hart.
He does a lot of things.
Yeah. Like whatever business
Yeah.
he has, and he's successful. He makes money.
Yeah.
How can he not be confident? Right? That's what you're saying.
Yeah. How can he not be confident if he's done it in everything he's done?
Yeah. That's why I think.
Ryan Reynolds too. He's probably a better example than The Rock.
Right. But I think in their position, the harder thing to do is to be humble. See, in our position,
Correct.
the harder
Yes.
thing to do is be confident. Because
Yes.
who the fuck are we to be confident?
Yes.
What have we accomplished? Nothing. But I think in our stage, it is admirable to be confident. Not cocky, but confident.
Yeah.
Because we don't have much. Hopefully not for long.
Yeah.
But Kevin Hart, it's easy for him to be confident. It's harder for him to be humble. Ryan Reynolds, it's harder for him to be humble.
Yeah.
Harder for him to credit other people as opposed to just himself, right? Because I think in life you should always do the harder thing. I really believe that. Whatever the harder thing is, it's usually the better thing.
History repeats itself, bro. Very rarely will you see something go quick, be successful. You see these great, amazing stories on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
But again, you can't take shit at face value. What is really
Yeah.
behind that? Are they just screenshots of other people's numbers, right? Are they just legit people lying and paying marketing dollars just to gain a following and eventually gain confidence because their following is telling them they're right?
Dude, even followers, like a lot of people on social media,
Buy
they're
it.
good. No, not just buy it. They're good at social media. Fine. They get viral. They
Yeah.
get famous. Sure. Credit to them. They did something right.
Yeah.
That's why they got the followers. But the thing is, it's not sustainable because true love, when you speak of the lens of fans for something, takes time. You don't just fall in love with somebody overnight. It can happen, but it's not common.
Look at Ty
You-
Lopez. You heard what's happening with
Yeah.
him? Yeah. SEC
SEC,
is
yeah.
filing major lawsuits.
Well,
against
allegedly,
them.
yeah. I mean, see, that's why like anybody who claims to be somebody, and they just popped out of nowhere, like you have to be a little fit. You have to get your guard up, right? Because
100%.
you're like, whoa, who are you?
Yeah.
But sometimes people do come out of the shadows, like rich people. They're like, I want to go public and explain to you my success. So that can also
Post.
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
But
they've
they
already
have
done it.
years of something I've struggled with is probably that, right? Because you see young kids and they're doing, whether they're flipping houses or flipping pallets, whatever it is, and they come out with all this success. It's like I can understand how there are people like that, right? Because I've been doing this for 2 or 3 years, but I'm 24 right now. Why would people trust a 24-year-old? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
They don't know anything about me, right? Why would they trust me? It makes no sense. But then it's like I see people online, and then I'm also hesitant to believe them because of their age, because of this massive success that they've had, in quotation marks. It's like one of those things that I know there's people out there like me, right? That they work hard and they gain success because they work very hard at a very young age. But then there's people that just lie, right? And then they say that they worked hard since they were 16, 17, 18, whatever it is, and they say they have all this success, but are actually lying. So it's like, where do you draw the line? How do you filter people out? How do you figure that out? And I think online, social media, it's very difficult to figure it out, man.
I don't think it's hard to figure it out, though.
You don't think so?
No, you can kind of tell when somebody's bullshitting you
But okay,
online.
there's
Like
100.
Ty Lopez, I never bought into his shtick.
I never bought into his
It was
shtick either.
hilarious.
Yeah.
I've read all these books.
Right, but you did, right?
Yeah, but I guess.
But
yeah,
he has
yeah.
5 million followers on Instagram.
Yeah, something like that. That's crazy.
Obviously, people believe him.
What did he do though? What did Ty Lopez? Was he a real estate guy? Wasn't he real estate?
He supposedly did a lot of things, but the most recent thing is that he's been a successful e-commerce guy, right? And so he said that he's going to turn over GameStop. He's
No,
going to turn
Radio
over
Shack.
Radio Shack. Sorry,
Radio
not
Shack,
GameStop.
yeah.
Radio Shack. He said he's going to turn over Pier 1 Imports.
Wait, how do you e-commerce Radio Shack? How do you do that?
You can.
How would you go about doing that?
Well, all it is computer components, right?
Yeah, but Radio Shack is like extinct, isn't it?
I
It filed for bankruptcy.
yeah, for
So how
sure.
do you make? Okay, I guess that's the problem that people trusted him to solve. 'cause he was an
Exactly.
e-commerce
Exactly.
expert. Yeah.
Yes.
How do you do it? How do you do it? Ty?
Yeah.
Ty?
How do you do it? Exactly. How do you do it, Ty?
Just give me $50 million to start with, and then we'll
And let me
take
figure it
from
out.
there. Yeah, let me
Exactly.
figure
And then
it
he
out.
disappears and he's on Epstein's island somehow. I'm just kidding about that, but
Yeah, I guess social media has made it worse.
it's
100%.
it's hard, bro. If you look at, I think the biggest thing you see on social media marketing, right? That's like the biggest thing. Everybody does that. Everybody's
Right.
successful at that. It's really not that difficult to do, to be honest with you. Social media marketing. Now, I was struggling a lot with how to do it, but if you're willing to do paid ads, it's pretty easy. Like if you have 10 grand that you want to start a business with, you can do social media marketing, do paid ads, and you will become successful doing it. You will.
Really?
Yeah, you will.
Any business,
I think
even
so.
if it's a flop idea.
Yes, you will make money. I'm not saying you're gonna be a millionaire, but you will make money.
Really? You think
Yeah.
so?
Yeah, I'm almost certain about it right now. I can tell you about it later, but I'm almost certain about that right now.
Interesting.
So if you take these 100 companies or 100 people that do social media marketing, I guarantee maybe 5-10% are real.
Yeah.
But where do you decipher it? Where do you decipher it? I see so many people. For example, this guy's probably legit, right? Who's the guy you like, the podcaster, the English British dude? I forget his name.
Chris Williamson.
No, not Chris Williamson. The other black guy.
Stephen Bartlett.
Stephen Bartlett,
Yeah.
right? So if you go on Stephen Bartlett's website, he'll post like his accolades and who he's worked with successfully. But then you go on any of these social media guys and they'll have somebody notable that they've worked with.
Yeah, it's always the Disneys of the world.
Yes.
It's always a big corporation.
Which I'm sure has happened. I'm sure they've done
Yeah.
some ad for them.
But they definitely use it as
exactly. So where do you filter information out?
Yeah, it's so easy to brand yourself as the dude. It's like, yeah, I've done, yeah.
You're lying, right?
You're lying. You are deceiving people 100%.
At the end of the day, that's
because
the
if
truth.
you emailed somebody from Disney and they emailed back, be like, cool idea, we're not interested, but talk to us in 2 years, you could say, technically we were
working with them in talks with them.
we were in communication with Disney for potential work amounting to the $5 million budget, potentially, allegedly. Yeah.
And in conversation, you don't have to say allegedly. Nothing's written down.
The good thing about social media, though, is that artistically, it does reward talent. For example, if you're a stand-up comedian and you start posting content consistently, clips of you doing shows, jokes, and the jokes are really good and you are really funny, you'll get noticed online. Might not happen in a year or 2 years, but it'll happen. If you are a brilliant talker of politics, communicator, you are talking about ideas that nobody ever has in the public world, you'll get noticed. I think it rewards raw talent.
I can agree.
It also rewards amazing storytellers. If you know how to visually describe a story, it will reward you for that. And the thing is, people can see through a lot of bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I think it's harder to become the Ty Lopez's of the world on social media. Because people can see through that.
No, I think it's harder because there's more of them.
Yeah, because we've seen so many of these guys. Yeah, like, I think people are more immune.
Yeah. That
from
pretty much, like, that was like the biggest thing, right? But now it's almost dead. I'm not saying it's dead, but
like being a Ty Lopez, you're saying?
Being a Ty Lopez is almost dead. Like, people,
really? Do you think Alex Hormozy is
I don't
like
think it's anything
Lopez?
like Ty Lopez.
You love him, so that you're biased, but
I think I am biased, I'll admit.
But what's the difference?
him.
Alex Hormozy also was a business guy. I mean, I guess Alex Hormozy does have more authentic content. Like you can see,
you can apply Alex Hormozy's content to your any business. You can 100%.
Okay, and Ty's, what is Ty's?
That's the thing. Ty doesn't really give you anything concrete.
He just says, "Come into my secret society where you pay me."
Yeah, he's
money.
like, I did this and this and this. If you want to figure out how to do it, I have a book in my bio. If you want to buy it, I have a guide. I've worked with so and so, even though he's probably paid so and so just to do a paid ad with him.
Interesting. So his model was credibility. How do I ensure credibility without actually giving away information?
Yes.
And Hormozy's like, I'll give you free information, but for the most premium information, you gotta
It's not even
subscribe or buy.
right. But it's not even premium, though. You know what I mean? With Hormozy, it's not even like you don't. He doesn't really sell any information to you.
No, but it does during
Where?
doing his what's it called, mailing lists and.
But what does he sell? His book?
No, he sells the societies he creates.
School?
No? Yeah, the school. Sorry, the Alex Hormozy school. Yeah.
So there's no information that he's selling.
And really,
Yeah, all his like if you're part of
selling
his
a community.
no
What's he selling then?
school. What like basically what is school?
Yeah.
So basically, all school does is if you have a digital like a digital course, pretty much all it is an all in-house place to post all of your information. Previously, before school, there's other places like school, right? But previously, you would put like YouTube videos up and you'd private it, send them that information. You would send them PDFs. You'd send all kinds of information, right, separately. But school is an all in-house place where you can just input all this information, make it easy for somebody to go into their account, onto your page, and find all your information.
Just like an AI. But
And I will say, if you're part of school, he does like a few hours a week where he just talks to you. I've been on these calls.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like a video call with him, and he'll just talk to you about information, what worked for the top movers, what didn't work for top movers, and he'll open up to Q&A, and you can ask him questions.
Have you asked him a question?
No, no, I didn't.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I don't do that anymore, by the way. But yeah.
But he's authentic from what you
From what I see,
from what you saw.
something that I forgot. There's somebody he's working with that he brought in. I'm like, why is he showing the guy off? Like he brought somebody in recently who is probably a brilliant businessman. I don't know, but he's like. He's never introduced somebody publicly that's a business partner. And he introduced this guy publicly who's his business partner. That makes me naturally weary because it's like, okay, is there something that you're doing where you're trying to take our attention away from it? Or are you trying to introduce us this person to gain more credibility somewhere? Why are you doing that? Because before it's just him and his wife, right? Him and his wife. And then he would answer people's questions, and that was pretty much it. It's very authentic. But now you're introducing this guy, and you go on this guy's profile. Doesn't look like the most legit person, to be honest with you. I'm sure he's brilliant. I trust Alex Hormozy, but it's like, why? You ask the question, why?
But see, you trust him because you learned to not take him at his face value.
Yeah.
You enrolled in school. You got that interaction with him on a call.
Yeah.
You wanted to see it.
Yeah.
So I think in this day and age, if you are who you say you are, people will believe you. So long as everything you say is, for the most part, true.
Yeah.
You know?
Eventually, people find out.
Yeah, people find out. People can see through BS. They have.
Yeah.
I think people have developed to have really good BS radars online.
BS radar.
Because if you see any of these like Ty Lopez-esque guys,
Yeah.
and I don't know if Ty Lopez is guilty of whatever he's been
Right.
accused of, but you'll see like these kids post Diddy, like stop Diddy
cat
and all
Diddy.
of them, like
Yeah.
scamming, you're scamming me, or like shut up or something. You know, people know what these guys are trying to do. You know.
Yeah.
I think in this day and age, it's more about personality. I've noticed like people are drawn to personalities.
Yeah.
More,
If you're able to express your personality authentically and without feeling uncomfortable in front of a camera, you're gonna do better.
Yeah, like if you're not camera shy, you will do exceptionally well in this day and age.
100%.
If you could just be authentically yourself in front of a camera, in front of people, oh my god,
It's not easy, dude.
It's
a lot of people think it's
hard.
easy. It's not easy being comfortable in front of a
very
camera.
hard.
It's not natural.
Even if you're a good talker, it just feels weird. Like I'm talking to this phone. Like
Yeah.
the moment you put a device on me, I'm like,
Who am I talking to?
yeah.
Right?
You
when
feel
you're
nervous.
when you're talking in front of dozens of people, it's like, okay, I can at least see people.
I can see the reaction.
Right, you can see their eyes.
The phone gives you nothing.
Nothing.
It's just the three little circles. They're looking at you,
Yeah.
and you have no idea how
Yeah.
you're being perceived.
Exactly.
Maybe
yeah.
that's what it is. Hold on a second. I think we're onto something. If you have people, let's say you're giving a talk. Let's say you're doing stand-up. You got people in front of you. They're giving you feedback.
Mm-hmm.
You can see their eyes. They're laughing. Ha, it's
Yeah.
working. On a phone, you don't know if it's working. So you constantly need external validation.
Yeah.
If you are just internally satisfied, you know if you really believe in what you're saying, this is funny, this is a joke. You're not scared of the camera, I guess. Because internally you feel validated. Because as you're saying it, you're like, oh, that was a smart thing to say. Oh, this makes sense. Now let's bring it back to what I said in the beginning.
Right.
Now let's close it up with this closing statement. Oh, and then I'm going to make this joke and then laugh and then be charming. Oh, and people are going to love it. And people do because you were just your authentic self without censoring yourself.
You need strong self-perception for
You
that.
do.
Yeah.
And I think the people who do well in front of the camera, they have that.
Yeah.
Because internally, as they're saying it, they're like, yeah, like I'm an articulate person. I'm a funny person.
Right.
I am a intellectual person talking about whatever it is that I'm saying.
But more than that, I think you have to be cognizant. Like, you have to be self-cognizant.
Self-aware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of what's happening, right? Because you can be like, I'm a confident person. I know what I'm talking about. But you can come off kind of weird, like Lex Fridman. Like, maybe he knows what he's talking about, but he comes off kind of weird.
But people like that. The thing is, he's himself, and people like it for who he is.
But how many people are there like that?
Millions, apparently, because he has millions of subscribers.
No. How many people are like Lex Friedman?
Oh, I think, honestly, bro,
Yeah.
if you are who you are in private
Yeah.
and you display that in public and you're confident with
Yeah.
who you are, you'll do well in life. If there's a gap, you're not going to do well.
Yeah.
I think that's the equation that it breaks down to.
I agree.
So I think Lex is just confident in his quirky, nerdy personality.
That's just
People
who he
can see
is.
that. Like, he's like, hi, I'm Lex Fridman, and I'm going to be interviewing Russia's president, Vladimir Putin. Like, if I was to do that, I would do it with more energy, and I'd be
Right.
like, holy shit, we got
Yeah.
Vladimir, genocidal war criminal, Vladimir Putin on Jet Z Speaks. He's just like, Vladimir Putin, how was your day? Like, that's just
Yeah.
who he is. And people are like, because there's people like him, they're like, wow, he has the balls to be how he is privately, publicly. I can't do that. I don't want to do that. I think that's why they get rewarded so well. People who are so authentic or who come off as authentic.
Come off as authentic.
Because you can definitely facade it. You can definitely have a facade. A lot of great actors and celebrities have figured out a way to come off as authentic personalities.
Yeah.
But then in private, they're like,
Right.
there's definitely a facade.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you can't escape but generally though, I think social media rewards people who are authentic. Like Alex Jones, we don't like him for what you just like him for his personality. A lot of the people that love him.
I respect that he's confident. Really. Really.
See, the thing is, that's what I think this modern era rewards.
Bro, he's been doing this
For decades,
30
yeah.
years?
Yeah.
How does somebody do Alex Jones for 30 years?
How is somebody physically Alex Jones?
I don't know. How are you Alex Jones?
How are you Alex Jones? Yeah, bro.
Right? That's what you have to respect. Even if you don't respect what he's saying, you have to respect it, bro. He's just him for 30 years. He's probably 50, but he's been being this guy for 30 years. That is nuts. That is nuts. These people on social media, like, I'm sorry, but you'll never be like Alex Jones. You know what I mean? Like, you can put this facade on like you're this person. At the end of the day, though, can you be that person for 30 years? Can you genuinely dedicate your life to conspiracy theories for 30 years nonstop?
Yeah, if you're really into it, you can in your own way, in your XYZ way.
But
yeah,
do you think people can? Do you think people do?
People can, and they do. Yeah, but not to the scale of Alex Jones.
That's what I'm saying. You have to respect
yeah.
it. That's my whole point.
No, yeah, bro.
You don't have to like what he's saying, but it's like there's people or Candace Owens. Like a lot of people don't like her, but I've been seeing a lot on people's comments right now. I can't believe I'm agreeing with Candace Owens. I can't believe Candace Owens is saying this. Right?
Yeah,
because she's just herself. She does whatever she wants.
but think about it this way: social media is fairly new.
it is very new.
If you look at the history of time, when is social media really peaked?
Really? Okay, I think social media really started in like 2012, 2013.
Well, technically, MySpace.
Technically 04,
Popular,
05.
yeah.
But that's not social media.
I'm talking like global. When did social media
Yeah.
go global? I think 2019, 2020.
No.
Global.
Before.
Global.
Before. You just think so because that's when that's what we remember.
I know, but like I'm just thinking of the TikTokification of the world.
No, but remember like
Yeah, you're right.
Jay Alvarez? That was like 2013, 2014.
But no, I'm talking about global, bro. Like
that was global, buddy. He was in ball like 100%. That was like,
So when do you think
Yeah.
social media? Because you're actually, I take that back. Because kids in Pakistan were using Facebook in 2013. So
yeah.
that's
I think it's 2012, 2013. I think that's when it really
Yeah.
happened.
I would say
when
af-
Facebook realized that they can absorb Instagram.
2011. Really, I think that's the year. 2011.
When Aaron Rodgers won the Super Bowl.
I think of it as the Arab Spring.
Oh
You know the Arab Spring?
no,
2011.
no. Arab
A
Spring.
lot of Arab leaders got
They were offed.
Huh?
They were offed.
Yeah, in a way, a lot of people rose against them, and there was a lot of American regime change. But Arab Spring 2011. But yeah, no, that's what the year I think
Yeah.
social media really went global. I guess I take that back. Yeah, you're right. I think in 2020 though something different happened.
Something different, 100%. It's an evolution of social media.
I think it became about short form video content.
Yeah.
I
think COVID had a lot to do with it, man.
Yeah,
I think videos. Oh, that's what it. I think videos definitely was a part
became
of that.
mainstream and
Yes,
global.
because Instagram was all pictures, Facebook all
Right.
pictures. There was no such thing as reels. There's no such thing as shorts.
Yeah,
I think it was long form, right?
yeah, long form. YouTube.
Yeah.
There's nobody. Does anybody vlog on YouTube?
Anymore?
People do, I'm
People
sure.
do.
But it's not.
But like that
it's
was
not
like
the new thing.
David
Yeah.
Dobrik days, right? Like that's when shit was happening.
But even that was only 5 minutes. But remember his vlogs were so short.
Exactly.
He was like this new guy. Why are your vlogs 5 minutes?
But okay, he was what 2017, right? David Dobrik.
2018, 2019.
Yeah, right. So around there, that's when short form, and that's when people were like, "Wow, this guy has something because he's doing something different." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then 2020 happened, and people realized, "Why don't we just do short form?" And then, bam, TikTok became huge.
Yeah. So I guess short form content
David
is
Dobrik invented it.
really last 5 years.
Yeah,
So it's so new.
it's so new, but it's already like there's an evolution happening.
What's the evolution you see?
I don't know yet. I'm really not social media savvy like that to see trends before it happens. In terms of social media, I'm not.
Because right now, bro, are we at the shortest form of video content possible?
I think we're right there.
Because if you think of time, right, 1 second, 2
Yeah.
second, 3 second, 4. If you're saying me the average watch time on a video is 10 seconds,
7, yeah.
are we 7? Are
7
we going to get into a time where it's like 1 second? It's like boom.
Don't think
You
so.
gotta impress me immediately as I open my eyes. If not, I'm gone.
Yeah. That's definitely where we're at right now.
Maybe. I think we're getting close. I
I think we're at the 7-second mark where it's like. But I also think it's so.
Yeah.
My point is like where I'm saying we're in an evolution because it's very saturated right now. I think.
You know what I just remember, bro? It's actually easier to do social media now because all you got to do is post a minute. Anybody can do that. In the YouTube days, you had to post a vlog like 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
But was that harder? I don't think so. You didn't need that much strategy. Now you need a lot of strategy.
Because in that 1 minute, it's like you got to fit in everything.
You got to figure it out. In the 15 minutes, you can post your day, something you thought was funny, something you know the audience thinks is funny.
They'll give you more wiggle room.
Yes.
Right now, audiences are like, you got to get me as soon as I open my eyes.
Yes.
So we are at that point.
We are at that point. Because you also got to think back
Yeah.
then with YouTube, right? It actually took effort to go onto a video. So you go on the video, you have to click it, you have to wait for the 5-second ad because there were still 5-second ads back then, and then you have to actually turn your phone horizontally. Now, all you do is click an app, go. There's no clicking, there's no turning things, there's no waiting. So there was delayed gratification before. Now it's instant gratification. Instant.
Do you think movies and TV shows will get replaced by vertical content?
No, I don't think that. I think movies are coming back again. I think movies are coming back again with authenticity. I think it's starting to happen. Even if they're not good, I'm starting to see it. I will say the last like 5-6 years, I'm extremely disappointed. But this year, I've been pretty like, wow, this is cool.
This year you saw really good movies.
I've seen movies that were not great movies, but very authentic. Very like, I'm like, wow, that was new. I've never seen that
What was
before.
a movie like that? this year?
Weapons.
Weapons.
That was phenomenal. It's like a horror thriller. I've never seen a movie like that. It's a beautiful movie, bro.
What else?
I seen a movie recently called A Long Walk.
Wow.
Yeah, those are actually
Long Walk.
yeah, A Long Walk.
Dude, do you know how many movies I've seen this year?
I don't know.
2.
I've watched a lot of movies this
I
year.
haven't seen anything this year.
In theaters.
Nothing. Like
F1.
F1. Oh, I take that back. Great movie.
It's authentic.
No, I think I've seen like 3 or 4 movies total this year. Yeah.
F1 is great because it's a cinematic movie in a fast-paced environment.
Yeah, I think that might be remembered F1's release as the moment where movies really started to make their comeback. Because F1 made you feel like what it was to go into a movie theater, be inspired.
Yes.
It was happy. I
Yeah.
felt so happy after that.
Yeah.
The soundtrack, everything was happy about that movie. There was like this, you know,
Yeah.
like you felt good after. Like, yeah, like I believe in things. I believe in the world. If this douchebag, if this 55-year-old guy can become a F1 race car driver, you could do anything. It's never too late.
It's a great movie, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's another movie I saw earlier this year with Jack Quaid and the AI girlfriend.
I do. I don't want to watch anything like that.
I know
It's
you
just gonna
don't,
creep me out.
but it's authentic. That's my whole point. It's like original. It really made you feel like this is what we're waiting for, and it is. I think it really is. Basically, I mean, you're not gonna watch it probably, right? But basically it showed you what's happening right now is you can now get an AI girlfriend right on your digital device, but it shows you how it's going to be and how realistic it will be.
Did this movie do well in theaters?
I don't know, to be honest with you.
Probably not.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what it is? This is a lesson I learned. One of the biggest things I learned in college
Yeah.
was in a film class. They said during World War II,
Yeah.
movies about the war bombed in cinemas. Why? Because people were living through that time. And when people go to the movies, they don't want to be reminded of what's happening in the day, what's happening in the world. They want to be reminded of stuff that is not happening, the stuff that, you know, has nothing to do with their lives.
Really?
They want an escape, and that's why so many movies about the war during World War II bombed, because people were like, I don't want to go watch a movie about the war. I'm already living through this. I already have a son enlisted in the army.
Right.
I think AI is similar. It's like, I get it. I'm using
Interesting.
ChatGPT every day. I'm using AI every day. I get the AI girlfriend. I get it. It's a problem. I don't want to go to a movie theater and be reminded of this existential crisis that we as humanity are going to face.
Maybe.
So if I'm a movie producer,
I don't think like that, but maybe.
I do think there's some truth to it.
I personally don't think like that.
Yeah, but I think most people do.
Maybe.
They don't want to be reminded of what they're already seeing. Because it is comforting, right, to see something that F1. Like, I'm not thinking, an average person. It's a unique idea.
It's comforting to go to the theaters and be in a different world.
Yeah, that's what the movies is about. It's an escape.
Yeah,
it really is an escape.
Yeah,
that can teach you a lot of lessons about life.
Right.
Sometimes the most unexpected things teach you the biggest lessons.
Unexpected things.
Yeah, like when you go to a movie, you're looking for a good time. I don't know if a lot of people go to a movie to learn something. I'm definitely one of those people that when I watch a movie, I want to learn something, like some lesson. It doesn't have to be an intellectual fact. Just be a lesson about life. I do look for that.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah,
I think you can learn that from a lot from.
But I don't think people
things.
are going into movie theaters.
No, they want to escape.
They want a good time.
Yeah,
they want fun.
Yeah, that's why trailers are so big, because you're getting a taste of what the fun's gonna be like. I don't watch any trailers at all. Right.
I like watching trailers.
Yeah, a lot of people do, right? Because you want a taste of it before you dedicate 3 hours of your life to this.
Yeah.
But I want to be surprised. I want to be like, wow, that was.
I didn't expect any of that. Yeah.
It happens where it's like I went to a movie. I'm like, that's unfortunate, right? But the days where the movies where I'm like, I did not expect that, bro. That's like some of the happiest moments. Like Weapons, bro. After I watched that, I was like, this is fucking cool.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
I think you'll like this. Can you tell how good a movie is just by the name of it? By its name? Can you tell how good a movie is by its name?
It definitely is an indicator.
Yeah, for me,
Definitely
I
is an indicator.
do think about that.
Yeah.
Like when I'm really thinking about watching it, I'm like, huh. Like,
It's definitely an indicator. There's a movie, but there are a lot of movies
with great titles, with horrible movies.
Or
Wait,
great movies and, like, what are you naming
weird
this, bro?
title?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, what's an example of that?
There's a Daniel Day-Lewis movie I'm needing to watch. It out in 2019.
There Will Be Blood?
There Will Be... No, that's a great title.
Really?
There Will Be Blood. What the fuck is that movie about?
There Will Be Blood?
What blood? Whose blood?
Honestly,
where's the blood?
I haven't watched the movie because of that title.
Because you're scared.
Not scared. I'm just like, maybe I am. Not scared.
You don't like stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't like
gore.
Yeah, I don't like that.
But you never watched There Will Be Blood?
I've seen scenes from it, obviously, but yeah.
Probably the best acting you can ever see in a movie.
I've seen scenes and I believe it.
Yeah, you've seen the one scene.
I've abandoned my child. Yeah, I've abandoned my boy.
Bro, I think
Yeah.
that might be one of the first times where I got goosebumps watching somebody act.
Really?
I was like 14, I think, and I was just like, it's one of those moments where your eyes just widen. You're like, wow, I can feel this shit right now.
That's amazing.
Yeah, Interstellar 2, Matthew McConaughey in there. Oh, at the end.
That's a great name, though.
Oh my, yeah, Interstellar.
Tenet's a great name. What was a great movie?
Both are great movies.
Tenet. Yeah, I think it's a great movie.
They're great. They're both great movies.
I think Tenet was just trying too. I think it was too like.
No, I think it was great. I think you need to think about it, and people don't like thinking about it.
No, I thought about it. I'm like, I get it, Nolan.
No, but you don't like thinking about it. You want to kind of like have the answer.
No. I do like Interstellar. I like to think about it. Inception, it was cool. Like,
it's a lot easier to follow though. Tenet's very hard to follow.
I think
that's what I'm trying to say.
He was trying to do something. I guess that was a
he
natural
accomplished
evolution.
it though, bro.
Yeah, I think it was a natural evolution of cinema, right? Like Tenet is as complex as it gets.
That is as complex as it gets, bro. And now he's going to a very linear movie style right next year with Odyssey.
Interesting. He's going Oppenheimer was a linear, and he's I think because after Tenet, you can't really make something like that again.
He's already done sci-fi, bro. He's done Dark Knight, Inception, Interstellar, Tenet.
He's played.
Listen, he's played with space. He's played with time. He's played with alternate reality of dreams. Superheroes.
Yeah.
He's played with pretty much. He has the Infinity Stones of movies right now, bro.
He does.
Memento. Oh my god.
I need to see that.
Memento's great, dude.
That was his first, right?
He's played with things that are. It's like how. What I don't understand, bro, is like when we were really talking about getting into movies, writing films, we were thinking of things that made sense to us. But I really don't think that the movies he thinks about make sense to him, and he's making sense out of it.
As he's making it?
No, I think I'm sure he understands the concept prior.
But as he's writing it, I think
yeah, exactly. Like, he doesn't understand the concept of time and reverse time. He doesn't truly understand the concept of space, right? He probably doesn't understand the concept of nuclear fission, but he's learning it because he wants to.
I do think Nolan is...
He's a goat. He is a goat.
He is the goat of
a
filmmaking?
Goat.
He is a goat. He's part of that.
He's definitely part of that. I think he might be one of my top 3 favorites. For sure. Along with Scorsese. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of some younger filmmakers that I
was just
feel admired by or like look up to. Barry Jenkins.
Yeah, that was on the list.
Barry is good. Oh, the guy who made La La Land. I think he's a good filmmaker.
Who's that guy?
Great. Damien Chazelle. Something. I think that's his last name. Why am I forgetting his name? He's made one of my favorite movies. Damien Chazelle. Yeah. I don't know, bro. At the heart of every filmmaker is, can you tell a story on a screen?
Right.
Can you do that? If you can do that, you can expand and you can explore so many different things.
How uniquely can you do that?
Tarantino, Scorsese, Spielberg, Nolan. They're all part of the same cinematic community. They can tell a story.
Yeah. Uniquely in their own way. That's the question, bro. You can be a leader, right? You can tell people how to act, how to do things, but are you able to dictate like a set to tell a story that nobody else has seen before?
And bro, the thing is, you got to do it. You can't just do it once, because there's a lot of filmmakers who make one great film, and then you never hear from them again. Yeah. They make films after that, but they never resonate as much as their first film. And I think a lot of great, talented filmmakers are scared shitless of that.
I would be too.
Yeah. But
it's like, am I good enough to do this? Am I good enough? Sorry, am I just good enough? Right?
Was I like a one time? Like, was I just have one great idea?
Probably.
But if you're a storyteller, though, really are a storyteller, you can do it over and over again. Because I was thinking about this, like,
you also need the eye.
Yeah, everything's already been told.
I don't think so.
No. Hold on. You've seen A Star Is Born, right?
Yeah.
I think I've told you this before. This line. There's a line Sam Elliott says to Lady Gaga. He says, all of music is 12 notes. And an artist's song, anything he makes or he or she makes, is a rendition of those 12 notes. It's already been done. It's just the way the author, the singer, sees those 12 notes that makes them special. So all the stories, all the basic fundamental stories have already been told. Some have not, sure, But for the most part, every movie you see is basically the filmmaker's rendition of the story that he saw before.
Just like you said, social media is young. Film is very young still, bro. 100 years?
Yeah. It's going to evolve into something. Yeah. I'm just scared.
Humans have been around for thousands of years. We've never seen anything like this.
Yeah.
And I think we live in a great time, but also like kind of sucks because I don't think we're going to see the evolution of film. I don't think we're going to see it. Like you can say there's the evolution was like black and white to color, right? Or like silent films to audio films. That's an evolution. But I don't know if we're going to see the evolution of it. The next evolution.
It's a weird time to be alive.
We're unfortunately for us, we're in one of the awkward stages of history.
Yeah, it is. It's an awkward stage.
Yeah.
Because we don't. I guess this year, 2025, definitely is one of those years. I think things will change though in 30 years. When it's 2050, we'll know where the world is headed.
For example, like the late 1800s.
Yeah.
Very important, but very awkward stage that people forget.
Like technological change. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
like we're there right now.
Yeah, I think so.
Right.
I think 2050 is going to be the year that really defines
what's happened
this century.
And we're going to have to look back and be like, damn, like that we were part of the awkward portion. Like we weren't able to take advantage of things.
The thing is, bro, what did they say? History is hindsight is 2020.
Hindsight's 2020, yeah.
And when it's 2050, we're going to be like, "Oh yeah, like totally. Whatever's happening."
Yeah, for sure. It makes sense now.
But the thing is the people who are able to predict the future.
Those are revolutionaries, yeah.
Yeah, you got to be able to not only predict it but act upon it and make necessary decisions so that you are in a position of power when the year 2050 comes.
Yeah, but are you visionary enough to do that?
Not many people are.
I'm not, for sure.
The thing is, it doesn't have to be in an all-encapsulating way. I think a lot of people think of visionaries in a way that it's like a Mark Zuckerberg or a Steve Jobs. You know, you could be a visionary in whatever industry you are trying to get better at, you know? Like, to be a Mark Zuckerberg, Steve Jobs, that's like a global sensation. You don't need to be a visionary and have global impact. Because they did. Steve Jobs had global impact. Mark Zuckerberg, global impact.
Yeah.
You can be a visionary and not have global impact. Just impact the industry that you're in. You don't. And
no, right, but you're saying like, I'm not saying for me specifically. I'm saying like to be in position of power, like you said.
But a position.
Like, what do you mean by that? Yeah, what do you mean? What do we need?
Yeah.
By 2050 to be in a position of power or of leverage.
Position of power meaning, first of all, basic conditions are fulfilled. You're not scared for shelter, for food, for security. You are. What are Maslow's hierarchy of needs? You're at the highest.
Self-actualization.
You're at that level because you've seen everything coming.
Yeah.
You've weathered the storms, and you're in a position to influence people in the industry you work in or whatever it is that you're a part of. You're in a position of power. You're not a follower. You're not looking to see what's next. You're like, okay, this is what's going to happen. These are the options. Fine. I can either do this, this, or that. You're not like caught off guard.
Right.
I don't want to be the guy who was like, the internet, what the fuck is this? You know, that's what I'm trying to say.
I see. Like, you have to be able to be like, okay, yeah, AI is definitely happening. Right?
Yeah, you got to just
like
prepare ahead.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. You don't need to be Mark Zuckerberg or Steve. You just need to be in a position of power where you're not caught off guard.
That's interesting because people definitely, like with the internet, there were people... They're like, this is not happening. And there's people like, this is definitely happening, right? Same thing with AI. A lot of people are like, maybe in the past, maybe a few years ago. They're like, this is a fad. This is not going to really happen.
Those numbers are fading away, bro.
Buddy, people are literally making money just using AI right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I still think the older generation is probably a little behind on that.
Well, they're behind on Google.
They're behind on,
They're behind on everything. That's like, the boomers are just...
I was on a call with somebody today. They could not figure out how to use Google Meets. Could not figure it out.
Yeah. It is what it is. You can't change those people. It's over for them.
No, yeah.
I mean, not for them, but
they're at the end of the line, pretty much. They don't need to. They don't need to know.
Yeah. It's
they don't need to keep up.
They're at the finish line.
Right.
But the weird thing is, bro, like I couldn't have predicted that podcasting would take over media to the degree that it has. When we started doing this in 2019, no, 2019,
Yeah.
we were still very early adopters.
Very early. I didn't even really know what podcasting was when you guys told me.
Like we saw, I guess Janish was chronically online, so he
Yeah.
saw everything.
He was major into podcasting. At the
Yeah,
time.
like, and I'd seen people do pod. I was like, yeah, I was familiar with it. Like,
Yeah.
I knew Joe Rogan and everybody, but I didn't know that it was going to be the defining moment, one of the
No.
defining moments in media, because it was
Yeah.
in 2024.
I don't know, man.
So like, the thing is, but it's long form content in a world of social media, so you never know
Yeah.
what the next big thing
It's
is.
longer form.
It is long.
It's very long. Is
Yeah.
that where we're going back to? Are we reverting to that?
History always repeats itself. Too much of anything is bad, so people go to the polar opposite way. If people are really addicted to 1 minute videos, they'll be like, oh, I hate this. And honestly, bro, I don't feel good when I see something for a short period of
I
time.
know you don't.
And I'm just like,
I don't think anybody does, but it's addicting.
yeah.
I can't, like, it's what I'm trying to work on right now, and I'm be honest, it's very difficult, is when I wake up in the morning,
Don't go on social media.
it's very difficult for me.
Can I do this, bro? Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I've done an experiment myself.
Yeah.
I swear to you,
Yeah.
the days where I wake up and I don't go on social media,
You feel better.
my eyes feel better. I feel more active. If the thing is, you wake up, don't touch your phone.
I don't know how, bro.
For the first 30, just take a long shit. Don't take your phone. The thing is,
I need something to do.
as somebody who shits a lot,
Yeah. Yeah.
go to the restroom and don't take your phone. Just run and close the door
And just sit there?
and take the shit. Yeah.
No,
like,
no.
What
I
do you
can't
mean?
that.
See
I won't
how
do that.
ridiculous is that?
I'll read.
But no,
I should take a book in
but
there.
Try it though.
I have tried. I've done it. It's not like I've not taken a shit without my phone. Of course I
Have you
have.
taken a shit without doing anything in the
Yeah.
last 2 years?
Yeah, for
What do
sure.
you-
Many.
Does it get sad?
It very like I feel like I'm wasting time.
It's okay. It's okay to waste time like that.
Yeah, but I should read. I should do something like
You're just doing what your body naturally wants. Why not just focus on the shitting?
what I think the problem is in my time where I can be doing something and I'm doing social media, that's the problem, right? The time where I'm not doing anything like taking a shit, I don't think that's the issue. For me at least. I don't think that's my issue. My issue is if I'm on social media late at night when I should be watching a movie or I should be sleeping, I'm on social media and it takes 10, 20, 30 minutes for me to get off of it.
Yeah, bro.
I know we're all like this.
I know, yeah. Like, I'm guilty of this too. But my biggest escape from social media is playing cricket. When I go play cricket for
Do
3
something
hours,
active. Yes.
yeah, I don't go on it. When I go to the gym, I leave the phone in my car.
My biggest escape from it is when I'm with people. When I'm talking to people, when I'm with
Yeah,
friends,
like
with
this
family.
right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's my biggest escape. That's my biggest. I honestly, I yearn for interaction.
Oh, man.
I do.
No, we all do. I
Yeah.
do too, bro.
Yeah.
It's something people are. You know what it is? I think people are rewarded. Back to what we were saying in the beginning. That you're rewarded for being confident online. It's because people are losing their social skills. And when they see these streamers
Yeah.
who are communicating with people,
Right.
they're like, oh, wow, this is amazing. He's interacting with actual
Right.
human beings like I should be.
Yeah.
We're seeing things in people that we actually want to be. And we're giving them money instead of making
it
those changes
ourselves.
ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah, it sucks, man. Another thing is like, I literally do everything by myself, right? Like I'm pretty much a solopreneur in almost everything I do.
So it can be lonely.
It gets like it's helpful, I think, because I think it's got me to accelerate in things because I'm the one in control, right? Completely. But it sucks, dude. Like yesterday was one of the few days where I visited the warehouse to do a sale one time at 9 a.m. and the rest of the day I didn't come, and it felt refreshing, dude. Like I was gonna bathe my dogs, right? I bathed my dogs. I cleaned them. They were infested with fleas, bro.
Yeah.
Aries was infested with fleas, and I cleaned them for like 2-3 hours.
Yeah.
I worked out for 2 hours, and then I watched the Packer game full on Packer game. Like it felt like wow, like this is what real life is about. When you're working, it's like I understand I need to do something. Like you said, by 2050, you have to be somewhere, right? I think earlier than that, to be honest.
Yeah.
I really think you have to be able to figure your own thing out monetarily pretty soon. And if you don't, I think there's gonna be a lot more struggles.
Yeah, I said 2050 because if you think about the internet,
Yeah.
really starting in the late 1990s, right? We saw the evolution
Mm-hmm.
of the internet. The last 25 years, we're really seeing the internet evolve. It takes about, I think, that time to see the evolution of something.
20
the
years?
evolution, 20 to 25 years, I think. 20 years, really. But I think by 2050, we'll see fully.
Of AI?
We already know. If you're, I mean,
Yeah.
like, I'm not an AI expert, but you can kind of see where this is going.
By 05, you knew where the internet was going.
Yeah.
You knew.
I mean, did you? I don't know. It's hard, though.
I think so.
Could you have predicted the TikTokification of everything?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah,
See,
idiocracy.
hindsight's 2020, though.
No. Idiocracy,
Okay,
bro.
tell me right now.
Yeah.
2050.
Yeah.
What does the world look like according to you?
2050?
2050.
Great question. Yeah,
What
we
is
should
the
do another
world-
podcast on that.
I think we should.
But
Let's do a podcast on that.
Let's
That's a
answer
really
real
good
quick,
idea.
though, yeah.
No, I don't want to. I
Okay.
want to think about
Let's
this.
move on, yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's finish it.
Okay.
The best lesson I've gotten is I did on this podcast say confidence, but it's also something that the lesson is keeps coming in my head is pay attention to the small steps. Like when I do fast bowling, it's like literally the first step I take is the most important. Because if I mess that up, my entire run up gets messed up. When I take the LSAT practice questions, the first word is the most important. Because if I miss the first word, my mind I have to read it again. It's like when I get on comedy, the moment I grab the mic, if it doesn't go well, I get nervous.
Really?
The first step, like it's always the first thing that I do is the most consequential.
Interesting.
So like the way I think about making myself improve in these various areas is just think of everything in a really micro lens. Forget the bigger picture. Just start out with the one small step.
Yeah.
You take that right, everything else goes.
Right.
So just be
Atomic
in the
habits,
moment,
yeah.
take everything away. When you take the LSAT, one word at a time.
Yeah.
When you're bowling, just one step at a time. And those small building blocks eventually lead to monumental improvements.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's the lesson I'm learning, man.
That's a lesson. Yeah. All right.
All right, man. This was a good conversation.
Good combo, man.